The ocean is not simply a vast mass of salt water covering more than 70% of our planet. It is, in essence, an immense living archive, a formidable liquid time capsule that safeguards biological and geological secrets that humanity is only beginning to decipher. While the surface biosphere experiences cycles of emergence and extinction at accelerating rhythms, in the abyssal depths, evolution operates with a stony slowness, as if time had stopped. Recently, an event that marks a milestone in the history of underwater exploration has captured the imagination of the world. A high-technology vehicle, the result of the synergy between the philanthropic vision of Ocean X and the support of cutting-edge aerospace engineering, came face-to-face with a colossus that rewrites our understanding of marine megafauna. Leave your like, subscribe, and share. Let us begin. This extraordinary encounter, which took place initially in 2021 and whose relevance was massively amplified in 2025 and 2026, thanks to the dissemination of images and scientific data, was not the product of chance. It was the culmination of years of meticulous planning, cutting-edge technological development, and an implacable search on the part of a scientific community that refuses to accept that the map of terrestrial knowledge is complete. To venture into the unexplored marine universe, a simple exploration team is not sufficient. The Hadal zone of the ocean presents physical challenges that surpass, in many respects, the hostility of outer space. With each meter of descent, hydrostatic pressure increases exponentially, reaching levels capable of pulverizing the most resistant steel structures. It is precisely in this extreme environment where the aquatic vehicle used in the mission emerges. A crewed submarine, or advanced ROV depending on the specific mission, designed to operate as the sophisticated eyes and hands of humanity in the perpetual darkness of the ocean floor. This prodigy of modern engineering is equipped with, first, cameras of ultra-cinematic resolution, 8K and above, capable of capturing microscopic and macroscopic details with unprecedented visual fidelity. Second, full-spectrum LED lighting systems, specifically calibrated to compensate for the absorption of color by the density of the water and restore the chromatic vitality to the depths. Third, robotic arms of millimetric precision for sample collection and the manipulation of scientific tags. Its advanced design is not limited to passive observation. It allows active and non-invasive interaction with the environment. The extreme maneuverability in confined spaces and the exceptional stability of its recording platforms were crucial for documenting the natural behavior of species such as fish, rays, and of course the shark in its pristine habitat. The collaboration with entities such as SpaceX not only contributed logistical and financial resources, but a philosophy of engineering focused on robustness and efficiency, with the goal of democratizing access to these images. The fundamental goal: to document the never-before-seen in order to catalyze a global awareness of the urgency of protecting these virgin ecosystems from exploitation. During a planned immersion in the bathyal and abyssal layers, the research team witnessed an apparition that stopped their hearts. A video segment of approximately 90 seconds recorded by the onboard systems of the submarine shows the exact moment a colossal silhouette materializes from the darkness. It was a specimen of blunt-nosed six-gill shark, taxonomically identified as Hexanchus griseus, but with a morphological deviation that placed it outside any standard biological record. An estimated length of approximately 20 meters, surpassing by several body lengths the largest previously documented specimens, which average around 5 meters. The emotional and scientific impact of the creature was instantaneous. Its presence was intimidating not only because of its dimensions, which evoked the monsters of paleontology, but because of the inherent antiquity of its physiognomy. Our original objective was the study of the deepwater shark, the Hexanchus griseus, explained the mission leaders. This predator is recognized as a dominant inhabitant of the abyssal plains and, crucially, its evolutionary lineage is considerably older than that of most terrestrial dinosaurs. The blunt-nosed six-gill shark is a genuine living fossil, one of the longest-lived vertebrate species on the planet. While the vast majority of modern sharks evolved to have 5 gill slits, the Hexanchus has preserved a fundamental primitive trait: its 6 gills, a distinctive hallmark that links it directly to its ancestors of the Triassic period, more than 200 million years ago. Its survival through countless mass extinctions implies an almost perfect evolutionary adaptation to a stable, low-energy niche. These animals have been silent witnesses to entire geological eras, remaining oblivious to the catastrophes that reshaped life on the surface. A finding of such magnitude demanded a level of scientific rigor commensurate with its rarity. The mission transcended the mere recording of spectacular images. The fundamental and most complex objective was the placement of a satellite tracking device on the animal. This critical task was entrusted to Dr. Dean Grubbs, a world-renowned marine biologist whose laboratory has been a pioneer in the study of deep-water elasmobranchs, sharks and rays, focusing on their ecology and migratory patterns. Dr. Grubbs, known for his direct methodology and his capacity to operate in high-risk scenarios, led the intensive training of his team to face an unprecedented challenge, tagging a 20-meter animal in the darkness and pressure of its own habitat. Together with researchers Ed Brooks and Brendan Talwar, Grubbs designed a meticulous strategy to ensure the well-being of the shark, minimizing stress, and the safety of the personnel and the costly technological equipment. Leave your like, subscribe, and share. Tagging a 6-gill shark in situ is exceptionally difficult due to its physiology. As the OceanX mission explained, because they are a deep-water species, it is physiologically difficult for them to be tagged in the traditional manner. These animals have never in their natural life cycle been exposed to sunlight or to the low pressures and high temperatures of the surface. Bringing a specimen of these dimensions to the surface for conventional tagging would, with almost total certainty, be a death sentence caused by fulminant thermal shock and severe barotrauma, physical damage from the abrupt change in pressure. Therefore, the tagging had to be executed necessarily in situ, at hundreds of meters below sea level, requiring specialized contact technology. The culmination of years of research, development, and planning was condensed into a few tense seconds of direct contact. With the submarine, positioned with the precision of a satellite in orbit, maintaining a stable position near the bottom, the giant shark, driven by a mixture of ancestral curiosity and possible territorial dominance, slowly approached the vehicle. The key moment occurred when the shark rested its immense nose directly against the reinforced side of the submarine. It was at that critical instant, with the giant centimeters away, that Brooks and Talwar, under the cool supervision of Grubbs, activated the sophisticated tagging mechanism. The operational risk was at its maximum. A sudden movement or a defensive attack by the shark, a 20-meter animal possesses a force capable of deforming the fuselage or tearing off propulsion components, could have aborted the mission with catastrophic consequences. However, the maneuver was executed with surgical precision, using an adapted tagging pole. The satellite tag was perfectly attached to the body of the animal, marking a monumental triumph in the history of marine biology. It was the first time that a specimen of these dimensions had been successfully tagged in the abyssal depths. Following the success of the tagging in 2021, the mission entered its most prolonged and informative phase: continuous monitoring. The satellite tags used by Dr. Grubbs' team are high-technology PTT, pop-up archival tag devices that meticulously record depth, the ambient water temperature, and precise geographic location. Once the device has completed its programmed life cycle, typically between 6 and 12 months, it automatically detaches from the animal, ascends to the surface by buoyancy, and transmits all archived information to satellites, from where it is forwarded to the researchers' servers. This constant flow of data is vital, since, as OceanX has noted, the shark needs an adaptation period to fully resume its completely natural behavioral patterns after the interaction with the submarine. The data obtained will allow the scientific community to decipher the mystery of this giant, providing answers to fundamental questions about, first, migratory routes and habitat fidelity. Does this giant travel across vast oceanic basins or maintain strict residence in specific feeding areas? Second, hunting patterns and trophic structure. What is the diet of a 20-meter predator in an environment where biomass is inherently scarce? Is there a vertical hunting pattern between the water layers? Third, social interaction and reproductive cycle. Are these colossi solitary hunters or do they form social structures? Where and how do these slow-growing sharks reproduce? Although the blunt-nosed 6-gill shark has proven to be a champion of evolutionary resilience, surviving mass extinctions that eliminated 90% of life on Earth, today it faces a constellation of threats for which its slow evolution has not prepared it. Anthropogenic impact. Global warming is causing the deoxygenation and alteration of temperatures in deep currents. In parallel, industrial deep-sea trawling is extending its nets to increasingly deeper zones, destroying benthic habitat and accidentally capturing species that take decades to reach sexual maturity. Dr. Dean Grubbs has been categorical in affirming that this shark is an endangered species, in the sense of its ecological context and vulnerability. its low reproduction rate, its extremely slow growth, some six-gill sharks can live more than 80 years, and its need for a deep and stable habitat make them exceptionally fragile to disturbance. The discovery and tagging of this 20-meter specimen is not simply a spectacle for social media, it is a global alarm bell. If humanity wishes these prehistoric guardians to continue navigating the seas for another 180 million years, it is imperative that we urgently understand their world and establish extensive marine protected areas that encompass not only the surface, but comprehensively the ocean floor. The impact of this abyssal megafauna finding continues to resonate strongly years after the execution of the tagging. The pioneering collaboration between scientific rigor, Dr. Grubbs and team, and the capabilities of cutting-edge technology companies, OceanX and SpaceX support, has unequivocally demonstrated that there are no limits to the exploration of the planet when resources, engineering, and passion for discovery are united. The specialized submarine not only captured the image of a giant shark, it captured the imagination of a new generation of biologists, engineers, and ocean explorers. 95% of the ocean remains a mysterious place, but missions with the sophistication and commitment of that led by Dr. Grubbs bring us a little closer to revealing the truth hidden beneath the water column. The 20-meter shark is the most palpable and majestic reminder that we still live on a planet brimming with wonders we have not yet catalogued. Each submarine immersion reiterates the possibility of finding something that not only changes textbooks, but our own perception of biological time and life on Earth. Leave your like, subscribe, and share. Until next time.